Good morning, everybody. It's time for another English lesson today. And this week we've been looking at different sentence types, haven't we? We've looked at two different sentences to start with. And first of all, we looked at what a statement was. And then secondly, we looked at what a question sentence was. What was a statement? Can you remember? A statement was just kind of most sentences are statements. They're giving a fact, they're giving an opinion, they're giving a thought. They're not asking anything. They're just giving some information to somebody else. So I could say, I am wearing an orange shirt today. That's a statement. Oh, what did I do there? I've used punctuation at the end to show that I've finished my sentence. So I've used a full stop to close that sentence at the end. I could say today is Thursday. Full stop. That would be another statement. It's a fact. I could also say I am feeling quite warm. That's another statement. I'm just giving you some information. You guys can't really respond to that. You could say I'm feeling warm too, but I'm not asking you anything. I don't need an answer to it. Okay. Then the second type of sentence that we were looking at was that we were looking at questions and question sentences. So a question started off mostly with one of our question words, which tend to be who, what, where, when, why, or how. And they always finished with something. You remember what that something was? They finish with a punctuation. So like a full stop was punctuation. It closes a sentence. What closes a question sentence? It was a cha-ching bang. That's not its real name, is it? Cha-ching bang. That was going to be a question mark. So we always put a question mark at the end of a question sentence so that when we're writing it, somebody knows that we're looking for an answer. Okay. And that's just what a question sentence is. It's something that we need an answer for. So I could say, I always find it hard to think of them on the spot. I could say, do you know what 2 add 2 is? And you could say, yes, I know that 2 add 2 is 4. Okay, that would be a question of ask for it. I could say, how are you feeling today? Cha-ching, bang. That would be my question. Or you can give me an answer because I'm asking it to you directly. Okay, so last lesson then, we had a little look at some questions and some statements. And I just want to go through a couple of little things for you, okay, just to check that work from last lesson. So I'm going to share my screen with you again. So I just thought we'd have a little look at this activity. I realised I didn't give you the answers for this one. This one here, I did give you the answers for. They were at the bottom. I hope you got on okay with that one. It was quite a tricky task. The children in school are doing this one today, so I'd see how they get on as well. So then we've got these ones just here, okay? And I don't think I've given you the answers for those. Nope. So we said here is a mixture of statements and question sentences without any punctuation. Now remember that word punctuation includes in this case a full stop or a question mark, okay? So we need to sort them out into which ones are questions and which ones were statements. So the first one that we had was apples grow on trees and they have pips in the middle. So what do you think, statement or question? This one was going to be a statement. I can't answer that one. If someone said to me, Mr. Heesom, apples grow on trees, I'd say, okay, there's not much I could say to that. It's just a fact. It's just information. There's not much I could respond to it. Okay. The second one just here then says, what is your favorite book? Let me think. Could I respond to that one? I could tell you what my favorite book is. And I will tell you that my favorite book is Charlie and the Chocolate Factory. I absolutely love Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, written by Roald Dahl. It's a really good story. So that one would need a cha-ching bang at the end of it because it would be a question sentence. The next one says, did you know that Arctic wolves eat ring seals? So that's kind of giving me a fact, isn't it? But it says, did you know? So if I'm saying that to somebody, did you know? I'm asking them if they knew it. So if I said to you guys, did you know that? You'd probably either say yes or no. So you're giving an answer to it. So that one would be a question as well. Cha-ching, bang. Okay. Oh, I liked this one. Has Mr. Heesom caught you out on this challenge? I wonder, did I catch any of you out on this challenge? It's got to be a question, hasn't it? I'm asking to see if I've caught you out. I bet I haven't. You guys are too clever for me. This one says, Inuits are people who are native, to the Arctic region. Can I answer that one? It's a lovely fact. It's very informative, but it's not something I can give an answer to. So that one's just going to have a full stop at the end of it. Can you jog on the spot for 5 minutes? I wonder how many of you tried this one. Can you jog on the spot for 5 minutes? Cha-ching, bang. I wanted to find out if you could or not. Okay, the next one. Interestingly, a polar bear's skin is black. Full stop. It's a fact. It's information. And then the last one that I've got here is slowly, a large chunk of the glacier cracked off and became an iceberg. Full stop. It's just another statement sentence. We're just giving some information to you. So I hope you guys got on okay with that little job there. I thought that was quite a challenging one for you to get started with. Okay. So for today's activity then, what we're going to have a look at is now having writing some more of our own questions. Now, I loved on the Zoom the other day when we had our assembly that loads of people asked some questions to each other. We had some brilliant ones like, have you got a pet? Do you like Pokemon? That was one of our questions. What's your favorite car? They were all fantastic questions. So today what we're going to have a look at them instead is we're going to think about the questions that we might need to help us with our projects. Now, next week, we are going to be writing our final English piece of work. So that'll be where we are writing our non-chronological report, which means it's just not in time order. It's a report, but it's not in time order. And we're going to be writing that all about polar bears. So it's our last chance now to find out any more information that we need to find out about it. So you've got two choices with your job that you might do today. Now, I shared my screen with you because I can tag it out then and you can see what sort of things I might write. So the first thing you might want to think about is, are there any more questions that you'd like to find out about polar bears? Now, the guys in school yesterday, they did some research into polar bears as well, like you did on your computers. And we really thought about all the questions that we wanted to ask and put them into Google to find the answers to, okay? So I might say, for instance, what food do polar bears eat? There we go. Perfect. I want to find out what food polar bears eat. And I've made sure, because it's a question sentence, I've got my question mark at the end, but also, just like any new sentence, it always needs to start with a capital letter, doesn't it? We always need to have a capital letter. Now, I might say as well, this is one that we found that we wanted to ask in school. What are polar bears' babies called? What are polar bears' babies called? And here, look, I dropped my Y and added an IES because there's more than one baby. So I want to find out, what are their babies called? There's more than one of them, okay? I might also say, what else could I ask? I might say, what is the name of the place where polar bears live? So here I might want to find out what the name is. I know that they go underneath the ice, underneath the snow, sorry, and make themselves into a shelter. But what is the name of that place where they live? That would be a good one to find out, wouldn't it? So they might be some of the questions you want to write down and find the answers to, again, through Google or through some text if you've got them at home. Or what I'd like to have a go at, now this will also help you for your writing, is thinking about how you might be able to put a question into your writing, okay? So we're thinking about what sort of things that you might be able to put in. Now, I'm not going to put in my writing that I'm telling people at the zoo all about polar bears. I'm not going to say to them, what food do polar bears eat? Because that's not really doing a very good job of it, is it? If I've been paid to write some beautiful piece of writing all about polar bears and I'm asking the reader to tell me the answers, that's probably not going to be the best thing to do, is it? So I want to be clever about what sort of things I might use. Now, quite a lot what they use in when they do use in writing, and when they're asking questions, is they kind of ask questions that get us thinking about it. So often we include a did you know question. And this is where I'm asking people if they knew something, so I can give them an interesting fact. And I'm kind of putting that fact in there as well. Just like in that sentence that we had before on that piece of work I showed you a couple of minutes ago, did you know that, I can't remember what it was now, did you know polar bears that eat ring seals, was it? That was given a fact as well, so I could put some of those into my writing. So I might say, did you know did you know that polar bears have hollow fur? I could say, how interesting is that? Okay, that would be my question just there. Did you know that polar bears have hollow fur? How interesting is that? And I'm asking somebody again, how interesting is that? Do you find that really interesting? Now, what you could do, I could change this sentence as well into an exclamatory sentence. Now, I'm not going to go into that too much at the moment, but instead of saying how interesting is that, to make it to a statement with an exclamation mark at the end, I could say how interesting that is, and I could use an exclamation mark at the end of that sentence just there. If I'm writing an exclamatory sentence, I want to put how or what at the start of it, okay? So I think that's something that you guys might want to use in your writing as well. So I might also say, can you guess how many ringed seals a polar bear eats? That's a question I'm asking. I'm asking the audience something. Can you guess how many ring seals a polar bear eats? Well, I don't know what the answer is right now, but I could say, unbelievably, oh, so unbelievably, they eat this amount of ring seals. Okay, that's something that I could put in there as well. So I want you to have a little think about what sort of questions you could ask the reader as well. You could put those into your writing. So I hope that makes sense, guys. Let us know how you get on with that. And I think it'll be a really good activity for you to do today. See you all later. Goodbye.